Welcome to the Skeinz Diaries. I am Marie. It is Thursday, the 20th of April. Welcome along, episode 243. Sorry, I'm late. Oh, it's me, we try. But it's good. We're here now, and hopefully the lights will stay on. This one is flickering on and off and driving me crazy. So, no, I'm not in a disco if you see it go on and off, but it's how things are. How is everybody? I hope you have had a wonderful day. A wonderful week. I have a confession to make. I have done, since I spoke to you last, zero knitting on my project. And the recipient, it was his birthday yesterday. So I did actually have to say to him, I said, right, happy birthday. Your gift is being made. I can send you photographic proof that your gift is being made, but I'm not done. He was not at all phased because that is how he rolls. So yeah, it was slightly frustrating that I haven't, but it's busy. I've been busy and school holidays. Teenagers, even though they're independent, they take up time. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, so I didn't get it done. That's all right. It's not the end of the world. We have been really busy here, and it's actually been nice. We're now sort of through all the throes of epic sale, and we've been doing lots of cleaning up and tidying up. The office, you can actually now see the floor in our office, which is really exciting. It was pretty chaotic there for a couple of weeks. So that's now all been sorted. So it's been great. And in fact, on Wednesday when I got in, the girls had a huge big sort out in the warehouse. And one of the things they've done in the warehouse is, because of all the donations that have started rolling in from you guys of knitted garments, Claire has actually set up a full sorting station out in the warehouse to keep everything sort of sorted, so we can go through and categorize what each item is and then pop things outside. So for example, Delene, I think in the newsletter on Monday, I did a big thank you and showed you some of the stuff that Delene has done. Now, because Delene is an absolute master at this, if you are sending stuff in, if you could just tag, and actually I've got a really nice example I can show you, not one of Delene's, but this one is from Ricky. Thank you, Ricky. And Ricky has gone and done this, bless her heart. But she's actually going to put the tags, actually, of what she's knitted it with. So that's actually quite helpful, because that gives the recipient the washing instructions, not the end of the world if you can't. The other thing too, unless it's completely obvious, like these, which are hats, if you could put the sizing on there, so either just write it on the tag or just pop a wee pin, or even just pin it with a piece of paper of what the sizing of the garment is roughly that you've knitted it to. That helps us grade the garments as well, because what we're doing is we're doing up different packs, and different things go to different places. So we've got some distribution that will be able to do it through preschools, so we can give them things in preschool sizes for those who are affected in those ages. We've got others contacts via primary schools that we can get things out to those affected areas and such. So if you could do that when you send stuff in, that would be utterly amazing. It will help us with the sorting at the other end. And we've had so many in. So our wonderful Dell sent her stuff in. Shirley Beasley, thank you so much for sending items in this morning. We've got a bag from Ricky. I'm going to talk about this a bit in a minute. Androidus, thank you so much for your items earlier in the month. Christine Emery, Gillian Finneran, Jane Mullins, Margaret Lyle. There was also a box that arrived from Just Barb yesterday that had beautiful woven items in it. Barb, they were amazing. So thank you so much for those. These are some of, I'm just going to pull this out because this is just so freaking cute. This is some of the stuff from Shirley. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? Shirley, that's so cute. Thank you. And these arrived this morning from our wonderful Ray. So you may have talked you may have heard me talk about Ray before. Ray has been knitting for the Wellington Neonatal Trust since forever, and she knits these beautiful little blankets, which are the perfect size to tuck into a capsule or do a simple wrap with for newborn babies. And she had a surplus that she popped up to us, and these arrived this morning, which is wonderful because there are just so many mums out there are being displaced. So some of these will be able to go up to Tikaraka straight away, which is great. And I have to say with this, Ricky, it was so good. This is Metro. Some of you may remember Metro. This is a 12 ply that we did. Oh gosh. Oh, DK. We did DK and 12 ply, I think. We did this such a long time ago. It's like honestly blast from the past, some of these yarns that you're knitting from stash, and I'm loving it. Like Delene's parcel, there were things in there. I think I talked about one on Monday. It's seriously, I'm like, oh gosh, I remember that. That was such a long time ago. And Delene, thank you, Delene. Delene said the hat set up and the backpacks were from Susan Pallow. Actually, I will pop that on my list. Thank you, Delene. So thank you, Susan, too. No, I'm loving seeing all the yarns from Stash, that, because we do so many yarns that are limited edition. So it's so much fun to see those. So we're going to sort of formalise just so the knit along is sort of started. You've started it yourselves. I'm going to put a little bit more graphic around that to do this across May. And if you've got actually any patterns that you love to knit that you think are brilliant for these sorts of things, share them into the speakeasy for the others if they're available, or flick me an email at info@skeinz.com if you're happy for me to share that pattern, particularly if it's yours. If you're happy for me to share that pattern out with anyone else for the knit along to get that sort of chugging along, that would be amazing. So yeah, thank you so much, and it's good. We've got getting some really nice distribution channels set up now as well, which has been great. And we're working really hard to get all of your donations actually direct distributed. So going from us into somewhere like a school or a preschool with affected families, and they can distribute directly to those families, because a lot of those schools have been doing that. I know I spoke to my son's school last night, and they do a lot of that distribution there. So that's and churches too. We've been working with them as well. So that we're finding is the best way to get it. So then we know that whatever you're donating is getting to the people that need it. So we're working really hard on that. Regina is asking, could you please talk about superwash and if any Skeinz yarns are superwash? Yes, so this superwash is actually sort of a brand, and superwash is often what is referred to as machine washable yarns, which have been shrink treated, or what we call Hercaset treated. We have a handful of ranges that fall into the superwash category, and they are Auburn Orb Fine, Albertine Merino, Merino Soft, and they are all made from Hercaset or shrink treated fibre. Then we have a number of other yarns which are machine washable, which are which means they still can go in the machine, but they are using a different sort of treatment. So we have some yarns that do an after yarn treatment. So once the yarn has been dyed, then it has its treatment applied to it afterwards, which is a lot gentler. It is a lot gentler on the fibre, a lot gentler on the yarn, and it keeps the natural texture of the yarn. So Snug and Cozy would be a great example of that. What else do we do that over? I'm just thinking, what else do we do? Definitely Snug and Cozy. The Skeinz Tweed that was on sale. I think Warm has that as well. So that's that treatment there. Then there is another treatment as well where the fibre is treated and the yarn also can be in the machine, but it's not as I don't want to say harsh, because harsh isn't the right word, but superwash is a treatment where it really does strip down the scales that sit on the outside of the wool fibre. So it keeps more natural integrity to the fibre. And that treatment, again, we just call it machine washable treatment. And that's the treatment that we've worked with the teams, our team that does Flight and Flight Light and Flight Naturals on. So the fibre is treated, but it's not that same intense process that superwash. So that's sort of the difference. So we do have a number of yarns that are machine washable, and there are 3 different treatments that they could have received to make them that way. So I hope that explains it, Regina. Yay! Yeah, I know there's such generosity. So good morning to everybody. So thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody that is contributing. It is just amazing. So if you're wanting to sort of knit stuff up, yeah, do definitely get that along. And we are, yeah, as I said, we're working very, very hard to get those out to the people that need them. I've also this morning, I haven't got it out yet because it's been busy. We had staff meeting. It's been busy. Haven't quite managed it. But I did jump on to the Cascade website because there's some new cardigans that have just popped up and new patterns. And I thought, ooh, there is some fun stuff to knit to get just for some autumn knitting. Well, and I say that, and Margaret pointed out in the chat, it's 25 degrees here, which is why I've got my summer dress on. I couldn't believe it when I got up this morning how warm it was. But I've actually pulled out a few patterns. All of these patterns are perfect in the Cascade Merino, which is just such a lovely thing to knit. Ethan's Aran pullover I've already talked about, but in this one here I've talked about before as well. This is the Snuggle cardigan, which is just a great cardigan. This is what I call a walking the dog cardigan. It's sort of something that you can throw on if there's a bit of a chill. And it's a really, really fun sort of little eyelet lace pattern. But to be honest, you could just use the construction of the cardigan and just do it plain if you wish. But then this cardigan caught my eye. It's got a little bit more detail. It's actually really, really pretty. It is called the Budded Vine cardigan. And it's got this lovely sort of cable bud motif up the sleeve and the center panel. And it's just really pretty. And you can do an exact substitution for the Cascade 220 into this. The yarn that they used, which was Friday Harbour, is a merino silk. So it's almost, other than not having the shine, the count and everything is identical to the Cascade 220 merino. And it's just really, really pretty. It's a little bit more fitted cardigan, but it is something that is really quite lovely. So I'm going to put that one out in the newsletter. And these are free. They're amazing what they offer for free. CascadeYarns.com. You need to check it out. And I saw this one. Now, I think this one is... This one is knitted in the round, but... And I say this, but if you're rolling your eyes at me and go, oh, Marie, we don't like knitting in the round. Sometimes you need to get over your big bad self. This one's quite straightforward. It is a poncho. It's got this lovely little keyhole cable through the middle. But this is the sort of project that if you're going to knit something in the round, it's a reasonable size circumference. So it's actually something that's not too difficult to do in the round. You're not having to deal with smaller circumferences that get a bit fiddly. So this poncho is lovely, and I thought it was particularly nice. So I think it's looking at it. It was worked from the top down. Dum, da, dum, bum, bum. No, I tell a lie. It's worked from bottom up. But it's which is good because it's decreasing then, isn't it? But I just thought that was quite sweet. The yarn used has got a little bit of a they've used a yarn called the Era Tweed. It does have a synthetic content in it, so whilst the count is the same, yes, as the Cascade, because of the synthetic content, it doesn't. The meterage is a little more in this, so you will need a little bit extra. But you're only looking for the two. There's only two sizes. You're looking 4 to 5 skeins of Cascade for that. So I'm going to put those out in the newsletter for you this morning. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Kathy's going to put the link up in the Facebook chat. Yes, so I'm going to put those out on the newsletter today, and I've just gone and grabbed some colour suggestion. This is the colour suggestion that I'm putting up, and I know you're going to look at me and go, why? Look at those. Because it's autumn, people, and look, See, look how good these look for me. They look so good. These are 4 colours. This one is, oopsie, fenugreek. Oh, she goes. Eh. Okay, fenugreek, copper brown, toasted coconut, and bitter chocolate. I just think these look gorge. Absolutely gorge. Actually, they look really neat together as something striped, to be fair. But I just thought the fenugreek looked very similar to the one that they had. We have got one that's almost that exact colour, but there's literally only one garment lot left of that, and I can't remember what it was called. I think it's called Sable. But I thought these looked lovely, and but they're just the sort of colours, particularly if you've got still some lovely natural linens, or even look, if you just wanted to, even denim actually, these sort of natural browns and stuff look great over denim. And they sort of have that kind of camel coat feeling about them, and there's something really comforting with them. And I just those browns, they do look great. So that would look, I think, good in the twisted vine. I love this. I've got this out on the I know, I love this. Chevron stripes, Barbara. Exactly. They would look great in chevron stripes. I can't tell you the name of this one because I forget. But this is number 8. Anyway, number 8. I love this colour. It's like the best watermelon colour ever. It is so good. I've got this out on the display with Ethan's Aran pullover pattern. This would look so good in anything. So fabulous. This is the colour. This is the Icelandic blue, which is, I think, the colour they used in the other cardigan. These blues are great. And you need to check out the teals. I mean, look at, see, there you go. There goes the light. Look at the teal. So lovely. I'm itching to knit something with these. I really am. I'm in the process of, I'm still looking at doing my intarsia pattern for Can. I'm working on, I've been talking to Ethan around testing something for him, and I might be able to slap that intarsia pattern on the back because that would be fun. I have to admit, I am feeling the need to whip something up in the Cascade, but I've got to finish my birthday gift, don't I, first, before I do that. Too much knitting and too little time. That's my problem these days. What else do we have to tell you? The dips, we do still have some of the cloud jumper yet left. Tropical Dream did sell it very quickly. We only had about 3 or 4 dozen skeins of that, very, very little. But we do still have some cloud jumper, and there is still a little bit of Aurora left, which I didn't talk about in the newsletter, but it was listed on the page. So there is that left. There could be another dip coming next week. We just need to see where the dye house is at. We are getting close to an operational dye house, which is really wonderful. We're a bit naughty. We held on to those dips to get through epic sale, the ones that went out yesterday. Oh, Delene's saying the Cascade's on the needles at the moment, knitting beautifully. Oh, that's good news, Delene. I'm very happy to hear that. So that is something that could be coming. And then there's another range that's been dyed. It's a limited edition. We're really excited about it. It's coming it's direct. Actually, we bought this fibre direct from farm, and it's just going to be beautiful. And I just saw the fibre before it was spun. It was just so gorgeous. We've only got enough to do a single batch. And apparently, yes, it was. They've been doing a little bit of dyeing just this week, just slowly starting to get things operational there. So hopefully, we might see that in the next few weeks as well. So still plenty of nice knitting to have for the rest of the month. Oh, Heather's saying looking forward to Can. I'm looking forward to Can too, Heather. I need to pull finger this week though and build my I've got 10 days to build the registration form, but I should be able to do that. Yes, I'm looking forward to Knit August nights as well. Coming up 24th to 27th of August. I've got the fabulous Lisa Craig coming up to do our masterclass this year, as well as a full bank of classes. She is Lisa Craig of Lisa F Designs that does all our beautiful all our beautiful children's patterns that we get locally in leaflets. So we're super excited about that. Oh, that's what I had to tell you. The leaflets, if you notice that a lot are out of stock online, that's about to be sorted. We've got the stock, but we need to. It's a stock separation thing. That will be sorted by next week, so that's good news. Yes, so Lisa's coming. Libby's back. We've got Delina's doing some classes. It is going to be loads of fun, and I can't wait. It's super exciting. Margaret, what size is needed for donations? Babies, toddlers, teens, adults. We're constantly look. We're actually taking everything. We've had everything from adults garments all the way through to babies. Personally, we are taking baby stuff, but there are other people that have been doing lots of work in the baby space. So we've sort of if you're not wanting to do larger items, I'm suggesting to people that actually school age kids, particularly that's sort of like Plunkett age upwards, so 2 to 10 is a really good place if you're wanting to do smaller garments. They tend to be the ones that get forgotten, and they get missed out. But it's anything, like if you've got some even if you've got some knitted garments that are actually in great knit for adults, and they've all been freshly blocked and have got lots of life in them and lots of love in them, but they're no longer sort of suitable, well, feel free to donate that as well, as long as there's sizing there. We would definitely do that. So yes, because our distribution channels are into actual communities, so we're looking at everything across the board. Very good. Oh, Andrea's saying she used the cascade to make the folly skirt, a free pattern by Escape Tricot. Ooh, great suggestion, Andrea. I like the sound of that. Patricia, yes, do look out for the Off the Farm special edition. It is going to be gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I think it's just going to go on Black Label. I'm not 100% certain, actually. I need to check that. But it's lovely. I've seen the base yarn. The base yarn is gorge. Oh, and hopefully too, our new natural extensions in Mahana will be arriving as well, because the natural's been out of stock, but I think that's not far away, and we've got some other natural alpaca shades and that coming, and a new full ply alpaca, which hopefully will be here next week. That's one of my jobs today, is to get that loaded up. So there's lots of yarn to be had. Super exciting. Okay, I'm going to keep going because I've got a million and one things to do. So thank you again to everyone that's donating. Don't feel, look, if you're out there, I do not want to put pressure on people thinking, oh, I'm not doing something. Trust me, everybody is doing the bit. If you can, that would be wonderful, but do not feel that I'm telling you that you must. That's most important. And also, too, there's nothing wrong that if you're knitting something and you've got people in your own sphere, knit up your stash and donate for them. That is, really important as well, because, it's important to get things going. Margaret, yes, you were thinking 2 to 10 years or 15 at most. Yep, perfect. That would be utterly perfect, Margaret. Thank you. Right, I'm going to keep going. I hopefully will get some knitting done over the weekend. Oh, and with the shop, we are open Monday, but closed Anzac Day on Tuesday, just so you know. So I will see you on Monday. So hopefully some of you will have long weekends and you'll be doing some knitting. So I'll talk to you then. Take care.